Hello everyone. In this video series we are going to solve Advent of Code 2022. So here we will get a list of challenges every day and we will be solving it from the beginning. So let's start with the problem number 1, which I have already solved. So let's just open. So here in this problem it is saying that there are number of elves who is running in the jungle and carrying some calories, and you have to find the maximum number of calories carrying by individual elf. So here if you see, this one is the first elf which is carrying 1000, 2000 and 3000 calorie. This one is the second elf which is carrying 4000 calorie. This one is the third elf which is carrying 11,000, and this one is fourth which is carrying 24,000, and this one is the fifth elf which is carrying 10,000. So maximum calorie carried by elf is the fourth elf which is 24,000 calories. So how are we going to solve this problem? So to solve this problem we have two approaches. One is we can take hash map and store the individual elf calorie and calculate the all calories sum. So let me just show you. Okay, so suppose this one is the first elf. So here we will take like first elf and sum the total number of calories present in it. So total number of calories is 1000 plus 2000 plus 3000. Now for the second we have to again calculate the total sum. So for the second there is only one, so we have to write 2 and total number of calories present, and similarly for the third one. And at the end we will have to sort by the values. So suppose this value is total 3000 plus 2000 plus 1000, which is 6000. Similarly for second, which is 4000, third 11,000, and for fourth 24,000, and so on. Okay, so this one is the highest, so we have to sort this hash map with the value like in the decreasing order, so that the maximum values or maximum calories value will show on the front, so that we can capture it and display as a result. So overall time complexity, if I see, is so for sorting we can assume n log n. So for this approach it will take n log n. Okay, for sorting and storing, for calculating the sum, totals will be total time complexity will be n log n. I have one more approach in my mind, which is to use a priority queue. So let me just show you how we are going to use priority queue. So we will we will take a priority queue PQ. Okay, so now we will push all the information of the individual elf in this priority queue. So how are we going to do that? So I'm going to use Python. So first we will sum up all the calories for individual elf and push it into the priority queue. So here I'm taking maxheap as a priority queue. So let me just show you how are we going to do that. So for the first elf, total calorie sum is 6000, right? So we will multiply it by -1 and push it into the priority queue, because this priority queue is actually implemented at main heap. Okay, so the minimum value will be on the top if we do not multiply it with -1. So we are multiplying it with -1 so that the minimum value uh, so whatever the maximum value we get, and if we multiply it by -1, then it will be the minimum value and it will be always on the top. So we will always get this value on the top, the topmost as a topmost element. So we can directly get it by pq dot get. So we will always get the first element as the highest value. Okay, so first element as the highest or lowest value, and at the end we will multiply it by -1 to get the our output. Okay, so for okay, so if we multiply it by -1, then we will get the output. Okay, so now let me just show you in the code. Okay, so I have already completed the code, but I'm going to write it for you again. Okay, so let me just delete everything. So here is our input .txt, which code Arvan has given. Now we have to write the code from the beginning. So let me just so we will be so in this problem there are two sets. One is called part 1 and another one is part 2. So let me just go for the part 1 first. So in the part 1 it is saying we have to find the maximum number of maximum calories carried by one elf. Okay, so let me just first write a function. This function I'm going to use for the both part 1 and part 2. So I'm just separating it out. Generate max heap. Okay, so I'm taking priority queue as discussed. So priority queue actually works as a mean heap. So in priority queue you will get minimum element on the top. Okay, so to and we require max heap, right? So while pushing the value in the priority queue we will multiply it by -1. So first we have to use a read file with input txt as file. Now we will read file lines equal to file dot read lines. So here we will get all the lines with the new lines. Okay, so now we will write for line in lines. Okay, line in lines. So here we will get individual line. Let me just print out it for you. Print. Okay, let me just print and show you the output. Okay, we have to call this function. Generate max heap. Okay, yeah, look, we are getting output, right? We are getting output. We are getting individual lines here. Okay, so now let me just okay, instead of printing this value, let me just print lines first. Print lines. Look here, you will see for individual lines, for separating the elf we are getting /n. So here we will consider only one line as a separating the elf. So okay, so if we get /n, then we will consider we are getting the next elf. Okay, so here we will see if line equal to /n, then this is a new elf. Okay, else this is the current elf and we will calculate the total number of calories here. So let me just declare some of the variable which is required. So first variable is total calorie equal, first initially it will be 0. If we want to calculate the index, then we can do that. Okay, it's not a big task. Total calorie sum and index. So this is the ELF index. Okay, so if we get the new ELF, then in that case we will be setting total calorie to 0, calorie sum to also 0, because this is the new ELF, and we will be resetting values to 0. Okay, and here we will update the index, because this will be next will be the new ELF, so we will update the index to get the new ELF. Okay, here now what we will do, we will calculate total calorie plus equal to uh, 1, because we are just calculating the total number of calorie percent. Like here it will be 1 2 3 calories for ELF number 1. Okay, similarly we will calculate calorie sum equal to int, and here it will be line dot replace /n. Since if you see, in every integer we are getting /n, so we have to replace /n with this empty string. Now we are done, right? We are done for individual ELF, but we are not storing it anywhere, right? So first declare the priority queue here. First declare priority queue equal to priority queue. Now once we get the new ELF, before resetting it to 0, we will add first multiply with the -1, and we will add here calorie sum. Okay, this will be working as a maxim. Okay, the second argument we will be passing is total calorie comma total calorie comma index. Okay, this will be the second argument, and at the end we will return the priority queue. Okay, now this is done for our to generate the max here, right? We are putting everything in the priority queue, so the maximum value will be on the top, since we are multiplying it by -1, and at the time of extracting value we will multiply it by -1 again, so that we will get the original result. Now let's focus on the part 1. In the part 1 it is saying you have to return the maximum value, means maximum number of calories carried by the individual ELF, means 1 ELF. Okay, so first we will check if priority queue is empty, like, then in that case return 0, else current equal to pq dot get and return return current of 0. So this will return output in this format, like some value, like negative of some values, comma this total number of calories like 3 comma index 6. It will return output in this format. So first this one is the total number of calories, so we have to multiply it by -1 as discussed, into -1 to get the original result. So this one is for part 1. So if we check the part 1 result, okay, print pq print part 1 of peak. Okay, so let me just do one thing, because since we are going to reuse this result in the part 2, so let me just store it in the one variable called result. Here we will be passing pq pq1. Okay, and here we will print part 1, and okay, so let me just run this program. Okay, int is not okay, current. Okay, this one pq.get pq, this one is prior tq, right? What is the value of this current? Print current. We are getting one error, right? 64929. Why we are getting only one value? Because we are expecting values in this format, right? Okay, so I have made one mistake, so we have to pass it as tuple, and currently we are not doing that, right? So that's why we got output in that format. Okay, so now if you see, output for this one is 64929, which is correct, so if we check, the output for the first one is 64929, which I have submitted earlier, so that's why it is showing you the output, which is 64929, which is correct. First one is working fine. Now the part 2, if you see the part 2, it is saying in the part 2 it is saying you have to find the top 3L which is carrying the most calorie, the top 3L which is carrying the most calories. So top 3L you have to find. So in this example, if you see, here, the top 3L are, this one is the first one. Okay, now second one is, I guess, this one 11,000, and third one is 10,000, right? So this one is the top 3L, and you have to return the total sum of that. So first we have already returned, right? First we have already returned. Now in the part 2 it is saying you have to find the next 2 more L which is carrying the most calories. So if we say part 2, here we will pass the result of the previous elf, and here we will return the total equal to r for result, and here we will find the next two elf who is carrying the most most calories, k greater than 0, and here we will write k minus 1 equal to 1, and here we will write total plus equal to pq, or we can say just we will pass again like q, priority q, and here we will write pq q dot get of 0 into -1, right? And at the end we will return total. So this is also done, right? This one is also done. So if we print part 2, here if you see, part 2, here we have to pass pq1 comma result of the previous one, and if we run this, we will get output as expected 193697. If we check 193697, so this one is also done. So this one that's it. So that's it for the first puzzle. So what we have done, first we have created a max sheet where we keep track of the individual elf calories, total number of calories. We have taken priority q, we have multiplied it by -1 to make it work as a maxif. Now in the part 1 we have just written the topmost element of the maxif, and here we have written the next two topmost calories, and we have added the previous result to this part 2, and we got the output for the part 2 as well. So that's it. I'm going to attach the code for this video in the description below, so you can directly copy it or check it there. If you find a better version of this, if you find to improve time complexity of this, you can definitely post your uh, code in the comment. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel to get updated for the next challenge. Thank you so much.